Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rob from Harmony, and today I've got a very cool lesson for you. I'm going to try and keep it short as well. And today it's just going to be a little introduction to playing lead guitar. Guitar solos, probably one of the best things to do on a guitar in my opinion. I love playing guitar solos. But it can be kind of overwhelming at first when you've never really played any lead guitar or anything like that. You don't know where to begin because there's so many different things that you can do with the guitar, and obviously you're going to look at your guitar heroes and maybe be a little bit intimidated or overwhelmed looking at what they do and thinking, I'll never be able to do that. But you will. So all we're going to do today is learn 4 notes and learn to solo and improvise with 4 notes on the guitar. Because as I like to say, it's not what you play, it's how you play it, which really makes all of the difference. So we're going to learn the notes and then we're going to see what we can come up with just those 4 notes. So let's check them out. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to use my electric guitar, as most lead guitar players use electric guitars, but if you've got an acoustic guitar as well, you can still join in because all of the things that I'm going to do on this guitar, you can play on an acoustic guitar. And also I just want to say for this video that the solo and the notes that I'm going to play and show you are in the key of A minor. And I'll show you how you can move that about as well if you want to play in a different key. We are going to stay in a minor key for this video though, so when you move it about, you're still going to be moving it about into different minor keys. If all of this is confusing, then don't worry about it. Hopefully it will make more sense by the end of the video. But anyway, let's learn the 4 notes, shall we? So as I said, we're in A minor, and all we're going to do is play just the middle 2 strings of the guitar, and we're going to play 5-7 on the 4th string, and then 5-7 on the 3rd string. So all together. And those are the only 4 notes that we're going to use, because with those 4 notes there's so many different things that we can do. And as you heard in the intro of this video, I played an improvised solo, which means I just completely made it up on the spot, and I only used those 4 notes to help me do that. So once again. So the thing to think about isn't so much what you're playing, it's how you're playing it. So how many different ways can you play these 4 notes over a backing track? What things can you do? What can you think about to help you make it more interesting? So the things that I personally would do to try and make those 4 notes more interesting is I would repeat some. So I could do this sort of thing. So that note I played twice, for argument's sake. And you don't always have to play all 4 notes in one sequence, so you're not always doing this. I mean, that's something you can do. Or you can do it backwards. Or you can just pick just 3 of them. And then go back. So the idea, like I said, is to literally play about with those notes and see what you can come up with just that, because I really want to give the point of less is more when it comes to lead guitar playing. Or let's do a little spin on that and think about how much more you can do with less, because a lot of people, they want to try and learn loads of scales and things to sort of cover the entire fretboard. But if you learn all of that to start with, you're going to overload yourself and you're going to have too much choice. And you're not really going to know what you can do with all of those notes that you've had. So I personally think it's a lot better to start with very little and find as many different things that you can do with a very little shape. In this case, just 5-7, 5-7 on the 4th and 3rd string. Also, you can use different sort of guitar techniques as well to make them more interesting. Like you might have heard me use what's called Vibrato, which I've done a video on, which I will link below, which is this sort of thing. Rather than just playing a note that sounds like this, you're basically giving it a bit of a wobble. So you can use some vibrato to make those more interesting. Or I even did a couple bends on the beginning where you play a string and you bend it up. I did that as well. So technically that's another note that we've added, but we're going to still count it as just one note because we're only playing this and doing a little bend like that. You can do slides. You can do hammer-ons where you play a note and you hit the next one without actually having to pick it again with your picking hand. So I could pick the 5 on the 4th string and I could hit my finger down on the 7. I could do that on both strings. Which will help me get a little bit quicker. I can do the opposite of that, which is a pull off. So I'm going to play the 7 and take that finger off, but I've got the 5 ready for it underneath. So I'm going 7, 5, but instead of picking both of those notes, I'm only picking the 7 and I'm pulling that note off to the 5. I could do that on both strings, that sort of thing. And I can mix all of these things together to really create a really cool lead guitar sound. So that's what we're going to try and do. So what I'll do is I'll link below to a backing track, which is the one I used on the beginning of the song, which is in A minor. And I just think it's good to learn these 4 notes if you've never done any lead guitar playing before, and just have a play about over the top of the backing track with these. And just see what you can come up with. So as I said earlier, these 4 notes are in the key of A minor. And the way to sort of visualize how to move it about is that the second note, so this 7 here, so I went 5, 7, 5, 7. The second note, the first 7 that I played, that is an A note. So the second note I played is technically the root note of the entire thing. So let's say, for argument's sake, I wanted to play it in the key of D minor. So all I would do is I would play the same shape, but where my second note was a D. So I could play that here, easy to find on the 12th fret of the guitar, because you should probably know by now that the 12th fret of the guitar, all of the notes on the 12th fret are the same as what they would be if you played the strings open. E, A, D, G, B, E is also the same on the 12th fret. So the 12th fret is D. And I could play that little shape there like this. So now I'm going 10, 12, 10, 12. And I could use the same sort of thought process as I did down here to sort of make those notes a bit more interesting and think of as many different things as I can do with just those notes. That was just me jamming about. And it's not going to sound like the best guitar solo in the world, and I'm not claiming that it is going to be, but it's just going to get you started with how you can approach some sort of lead guitar playing if you've never done it before. So let's go back to A. And that sort of thing. So I'll link the backing track below, take those notes there and just try and experiment with those and see what you can come up with. So there you go, there's today's lesson on how to approach some lead guitar playing. If you've never done anything like that before and maybe you're not sure how to begin, hopefully this video has given you a little bit of an idea of how to get started. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please give it a like and also leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hopefully we'll see you in our next video.